Hey, welcome to this week's episode of M3, our midweek micro message where we stop and talk about everyday topics, but from a biblical perspective. I'm Jeff Muriel, Senior Pastor at New Spring Hill Missionary Baptist Church. Hey, this week, um, our M3 comes in the form of a question. And that question is something I thought a lot about. What's your wall? That's the question. What is your wall? In other words, what's the one thing that's standing in your way of achieving all the things that you've been praying for? Um, in the Old Testament, in Joshua chapter 5 and chapter 6, Joshua and Israel, so I can set the stage here, they have a problem. And they have a problem with the wall. Uh, God has given them this new land, this new territory, told them to go and take it, but some people are standing in their way. In other words, these people are on the other side of the wall. And when we look at the text, Joshua was instructed to have the army of Israel to march around the wall of Jericho once a day for 6 days. But on the seventh day, they were instructed to march around the wall 7 times, wait for the priest to blow the horns, and then take action. If you're familiar with the events of Joshua 5 and 6, it was on the seventh day that the wall that once stood in their way came tumbling down. And you may be saying to yourself, okay, Pastor, what does this have to do with anything? Understand this, right? When we think about what happened in the scripture, for the wall to come down, the people had to go out and confront the wall. For the wall to come down, the people had to follow God's directives about how it was going to come down. And for the wall to come down, the people had to believe that it was going to come down. And you say, okay, still, how does this relate to me? All of us have had walls or something in our way that's blocked us from getting to what it was we wanted to do, and in some cases, what God was moving us to do. Here's the point. Your metaphorical wall won't come down. It won't budge until you confront it, whatever it is. It could be a person, it could be a job, it could be a situation, it could be a relationship. Whatever's standing in your way will not fall until you confront it. And if you believe that God has something for you on the other side of that wall or that obstacle, are you asking Him how to get over it, how to get under it, how to get around it? Yeah, I just quoted a Parliament song, but nonetheless, are you pursuing God to achieve and overcome whatever it is that's blocking you from doing the things that you need to do or want to do? And if you've already prayed about it, you're like, well, I've been praying about this for a long time. I haven't seen any actions. If you've already been praying about your metaphorical wall, here's the big question. Here's the whole thing, right? Because we can pray about a lot of stuff, but do you believe that whatever's standing in your way, do you believe it'll fall? Do you believe your wall will fall? You know, in the case of Joshua and Israel, think about this. God didn't do anything in order for that wall to come down. The people had to have enough faith that the wall was going to come down. So here it is as I wrap up. Whatever your wall is, whatever the obstacle is, whatever the situation is, guess what? It's yours. Just like mine is mine. It's yours to overcome. Your wall, your obstacle. But here's a great thing, your faith. And your faith that you can confront whatever it is and succeed. Listen, a couple of announcements on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock up on the hill. Our women are having a study on Ephesians. We hope you can join us there. And also every Sunday at 10 a.m. in person and online, we invite you to join us and worship with us. This has been your midweek micro message. We'll see you next week.